Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear delivers his State Commonwealth address before a joint legislature session from the floor of Kentucky House Representatives on January 4 in Frankfort. Kentucky's Democratic governor vetoed a sweeping Republican bill on Friday in election year aimed at regulating the lives of transgender youth, including banning access to gender-affirming healthcare and restricting the bathrooms they can use. The bill also bans discussions of sexual orientation and gender identity in schools and allows teachers refuse to refer transgender students with the pronouns they use. The GOP passed weighted legislature easily by veto-proof margins, and lawmakers will reconvene next week for the final 2 days of this year's session, when they can vote to override veto. Governor Andy Beshear said in a written veto message that the bill allows too much government intervention in personal health issues and takes away the freedom of parents to make medical decisions for their children. In his one-page message, he warned that the repercussions of the bill would include an increase in teen suicides. "My faith teaches me that all children are children of God and that Senate Bill 150 will endanger Kentucky children," the governor said. Governor Beshear told reporters on Friday that transgender children and their parents were among Kentuckians who contacted his office while reviewing the law. "I've heard from kids who believe this bill is making fun of them and ask why in many ways." Governor Beshear's veto comes as he seeks re-election for a second term in Republican-leaning Kentucky this year, and his veto could resonate in the November election. Republicans quickly attacked the governor's veto to try to portray him as disconnected from most Kentucky people on the culture wars. Andy Beshear thinks it's okay for kids to access life-changing sex reassignment surgeries and medicines before they're 18, State Republican Party spokesman Sean Southard said in a statement. Today he revealed how radical he really is. The legislation in Kentucky is part of a national movement this year in which state legislators approved sweeping measures that restrict the rights of LGBTQ+ people, from laws targeting trans athletes and drag artists to measures limiting gender-affirming care. In Kentucky, the expanded version that reached Governor Beshear's desk passed both legislatures on March 16 hours before lawmakers took à l'ombre. The expedited work allowed lawmakers to retain their ability to override the governor's veto. The action caused anger and tears among the opponents who could not stop the law. Supporters of the bill say they're trying to protect children from engaging in gender-affirming treatments that they may regret as adults. Research shows that such regret is rare. The repackaged measure will ban gender-affirming care for transgender minors. It would ban gender reassignment surgery for anyone under the age of 18, the use of puberty blockers hormones, and gender-affirming inpatient-outpatient hospital services. Doctors would need to set a timetable for breaking the transition of children who are already taking puberty blockers or on hormone therapy. If removing a teenager from treatment could harm the child, they can continue to provide care while reducing treatment. Transgender medical treatments have been available in the United States for a long time and are endorsed by major medical associations. In his veto message, Governor Beshear said, "The American Medical Association reports that receiving care significantly suicide attempt rates, reduces feelings of depression and anxiety, and substance abuse." The bill does not allow schools to discuss sexual orientation or gender identity with students of any age. Another important provision will require school districts to design, at the very least, bathroom policies that will not allow transgender children to use the restroom in accordance with their gender identity. It would also allow teachers refuse mention transgender students with the pronouns they use, and would require schools notify parents when lessons about human sexuality are being taught. In his veto message, Governor Beshear said the bill would make educators, administrators, inspectors who must listen to student conversations, then knock on doors, question parents' families about how students are behaving and/or how they refer to themselves or others. David Walls, executive director of the Family Foundation, denounced the veto, saying the bill was intended to protect children and their parents from radical, politicized ideologies. He said the bill would set a policy in line with the fact that every child is created as a biological man or woman and deserves to be loved, treated with dignity, and accepted for who they really are. After the bill passed legislature, American Civil Liberties Union of Kentucky warned it was ready to challenge measure in court if it became law.